Good morning everyone. Welcome back to your English class. Today we will begin with the poem, and the name of the poem is Today I Wrote This Poem, and the name of the poet is Ken Nasbitt. So before we start this poem, let's read about the poet. So children, Ken Nasbitt is an American poet. He was born on 20th February 1962 in California, United States. And he is famous for his humorous poetry for children. And on June 11, 2013, he was honored with Children's Poet Laureate by the Poetry Foundation. So, a member of the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, his poems have appeared in hundreds of anthologies, magazines and textbooks worldwide. So, Ken Nasbitt is famous worldwide. And he is honored with Children's Poet Laureate by the Poetry Foundation. So, let's begin this poem. Children, in this poem, a child has tried to write a poem but is not very happy about it. He keeps thinking about the figures of speech and other literary devices his teacher had explained. But as a child, he could not use any of these in his writings, and he fears that his teacher will point out for these shortcomings, absence of narrative and great plot, and in the end, when he goes to the teacher for assessment, he gets an A++++. So let's begin this poem. Today I wrote this poem, but I'm not sure if it's good. Now, child has written a poem, but he's not sure that it is good. It doesn't have the things my teacher says a poem should. He remembers his teacher's lesson, qualities of a good poem, and he compares that his poem does not have a single attribute that the teacher had explained. Next stanza. It doesn't share the feelings I have deep inside of me. It hasn't any metaphors and not one simile. Now children, metaphors are the words or phrases that describe a thing by calling it something else. It's a figure of speech. So, simile, it's a phrase that compares one thing to another using words such as like or as. So, children, in metaphor, we never use the word as or like. And in simile, we always, when we are talking about simile, we always use as or like. So it doesn't share the feelings. Now the child says that he has enormous feelings inside but not able to put it on paper. He's not able to put it on paper. It hasn't any metaphors and not one simile. So children, we have great ideas in our mind, but we just cannot express those. This happens with this child. Same thing happens with this child. He has not used these metaphors and simile in his poem.